Hi, this is Madeline Anderson-Balmer with It's All Creative. In today's episode, I'm just thinking about all the young people that are starting their college careers this week or next or the following, but pretty soon. I gave my niece a microwave oven and a little refrigerator for her dorm room, and she's starting college at Fredonia. She's leaving on Thursday, so all of a sudden it's time to go. And a friend of mine, her daughter, who I've known since she was an infant, she's heading off to Kent State this week as well. So thinking of those people and wishing them well and big adventures and the guts to be brave and try new things is important. But it also made me think back to my own experience as a young person. And both of the people that I was just talking about are going into the performing arts. And I know, I was a performer. I did ballet when I was like 4 or 5 years old at a school that was very patient with me because I wore leg braces and they didn't want to push me too far. But Merle Aramo Dance School in North Reading, Massachusetts definitely took me in and helped me to do all the stretches and the ballet poses. And my sister and I did classes together when we did ballet recitals. And when I was in elementary school into junior high, I took acting classes at the North Shore Music Theater in Beverly, Massachusetts. Did a summer program. My cousins came one year to join in with us to the class. And it was a great chance to meet other people and do some basic acting exercises. And again, it was a great experience, scary. I was fairly quiet. I don't know that I want to say I was shy, but I kind of stayed out of the center of attention since I got picked on a lot in school. So I didn't want to draw more attention to myself. But I did meet Yul Brynner outside at one point. I don't know if he was there on tour for The King and I, but it was a really cool experience. And again, it kind of solidified in me the ability to take my turn, be appreciative of other people, and understand that all performers are in their own space. We don't have to all be alike. And no matter how good you are, it doesn't mean that you're going to get the part. So thinking about that, I then flashed forward to my high school years. And I was very excited in junior high to start high school because they did full-blown musicals and plays. And I sang. So I knew that, I would have a chance at being in something in high school. And my freshman year, I auditioned and I got a small speaking part and obviously sang with the chorus in the musical Once Upon a Mattress. And I was princess number 12. So that tells you how many small speaking parts there were. But I had a great time and I had my first experience doing a live audition and for a musical like that. And I was all excited. So the next year in the fall when auditions opened up again, I had been working on my audition piece and was really kind of focused on what we were doing and what was going to be required of us for our dance audition and everything. And again, with that play, I don't remember if it was Kiss Me Kate. It probably was. But I was in the chorus and, I took part in crowd scenes and sang in different chorus scenes. But I didn't get any special position, didn't get any solos or anything like that. And I think by my junior year, I don't remember what musical we were doing, but I remember working really hard thinking maybe this year, if I really work hard on my voice and practice my music and be prepared for that audition, I'll get to do a solo. I didn't really want to lead necessarily, but I certainly wanted to have some kind of a feature. And I did my audition, and then we were sitting in the auditorium at the high school afterwards, and the musical director came over to talk to me, Agatha Morano. And if you're out there, Agatha, this is a memory that you left with me. Not a bad thing because I continued on after it. But she said to me, how are you going to do with the dancing in this number? Because it has a lot more upbeat music and it's probably going to require some tap dancing. And I said to her, I don't know what you mean. And she said, well, the chorus is going to have to do certain types of moves. And I'm just wondering if you're going to be able to do it. And in my mind, I thought, she said this to me before we sang. And I thought to myself, so you've already put me in the chorus when you haven't even heard me sing. And I've been working on my singing voice for a while, and I'm pretty decent with acting, and I've had private acting classes, so I'm sure I'm not any worse than anybody else that was getting up there. But it taught me a lesson back then that no matter how good you are, how hard you work, or it's your turn, as some people might say, it's not going to guarantee you that you're going to get the part, get the lead, get the solo, and you can't take offense at it. Otherwise, you'll just be sitting home doing nothing. So to me, it was an eye-opener. Now, I graduated from high school and went on to college to get a bachelor's degree in both theater arts performance and theater arts technical. I had a lead role in a musical over in England. We did on tour, and I've been singing ever since in all different organizations. I do solos, I sing with quartets, I've won medals, and it doesn't mean because you don't get accepted in the beginning that you're not good. And I guess that's the case with all creative activity. Just because maybe you don't draw or paint or design or sculpt or write or make a meal like everybody else does, it doesn't mean you're not good. And it doesn't mean that there's not an audience for you. I make a pretty mean fudge and I have a lot of people that love it. But it hasn't won any awards yet. But that doesn't mean don't try, put your name out there. But if you don't put your name out there, if you don't try to do something, you're definitely not going to get it. Very rarely does an opportunity like that just walk up the front steps and knock on your door. Maybe some people have that happen, but if you're going to wait for that, you're going to be waiting a long time. And if you can get over the fear of being rejected, you'll have a lot more fun. To me, I love job interviews. I love auditions. I love taking tests. Because for me, it's just a chance to show people what I can do, maybe meet some new people, maybe learn something about myself, get some feedback, and continue to go. Because really, that's the fun part of it. And to keep yourself busy. If you've got kids that are interested in majoring in a creative job, creative arts, singing, theater, music, art, whatever it is, design, even like some computer jobs are super creative, some graphic design positions, marketing positions, writing. I mean, there's so many creative things that people can do and make a living at and be really happy. Even if they're not an award winner, even if they're not the best that there is, there's a reason to be who you are and find out how that fits in the world and what it can do for you. You don't have to be the best at anything. You can just be happy being you, and you're the best you can be. So I just wanted to leave those thoughts with everybody. Have some interesting interviews coming up. And again, if you're interested in being interviewed for It's All Creative, please reach out to me. I would love to chat with you. And it's not scary. At least so far, no one's dropped dead while they were talking to me. And it's kind of fun. So I hope that I get a few more people interested. I'm going to be reaching out to more people on my list in the coming week and hopefully be able to fill up my schedule again. But I currently have a new interview going live every Thursday from now through the end of September and into October. So, but don't worry, that doesn't mean my schedule's full. I certainly have room to interview you. And again, it's a creative thing to be on a podcast. It's a conversation. Maybe you know me, maybe you don't. Maybe I know about you and maybe I don't. But I do want to encourage you to participate because it's fun and it gets your thoughts and dreams and ideas out into the universe. And that's a great place for them to be. So I hope you enjoyed listening and I hope you subscribe to hear more from It's All Creative. Thanks.